Okay.
He said he was
So,
up.
Yeah.
welcome back to the Dragon of Icespire Peak. When we left last time, we reached Falcon's hunting lodge and procured a room for the night. Falcon quickly drank the wine that we brought him, and his little assistant Pell put the quote unquote put the horses away, and his butler didn't really do much other than prepare you dinner and serve you. And you've had a good night's sleep. You're all gathered in the guest bedroom, which is right next to Falcon's bedroom. You've had a very comfortable night. But it is really cold this morning. What do you want to do?
That's Falcon. Wait. So we went upstairs. We're sort of above the dining room area.
So everybody's awake, talking to each other. Is there any place that we can't go?
No, you kind of have a free range of this place. There's not terribly much. He did show you that the room, the large two-story room right next to you, is kind of a trophy hall. This is a hunting lodge, and he takes rich folks from Neverwinter out on hunting trips. So lining the walls of that room on both stories are the heads and horns and bones of all sorts of different animals, as well as trophies collected from monsters.
Hmm.
But remember last night we were getting information about that. Oh, my fridge foggy. I should have read the note.
You faded out there, Misty.
Yeah, you did kind of stutter and cut out.
Oh, I just stopped talking.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
basically what you did.
The cultist temple castle ruin thing. I need to reread the note.
It's a manse. It's basically a large house, as he described it,
Ah,
and it was abandoned years ago. But he thinks that orcs have taken up residence there, and they're using that as a base of operations to attack him and a lot of other stuff within the woods.
yeah, so we can go to that and get rid of them because they're not very nice folk from what we understood and what we've been told by Falcon. Or we can go finish taking the supplies and Vincent.
Get Vincent on the way back.
Yeah, you now have two things on your plate. You do have a delivery to make to the loggers' camp.
Yeah,
So you've got Vincent and you've got a cart of supplies, 2 months of supplies for this camp. And Falcon has asked you to help clear out the woodland manse of all the orcs.
Delivery or fight the orcs?
we were deciding on. I thought we were leaning towards a delivery.
Since that's more.
Yeah, they're hungry, and
That's the
whereas
plan.
Vincent kind of takes pleasure in killing these orcs.
Yeah, and what's his name? The shopkeep does expect Vincent to come back alive.
Yeah, but Falcon said that we could leave Vincent here, like we could go deliver the supplies and then come back and then leave Vincent here while we go play with the orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Kill, then come back, and then take Vincent back to his home.
Yes. That's kind of what you were leaning toward last week, was going to deliver the things to the loggers, coming back, and then trying to see what's going on at the woodland manse. And then coming back here again to pick up Vincent, and then going back to Fan. So it's a long series of events.
Yeah. Anybody want to do any exploring around the area, or we just want to head out?
We can explore the area. Might as well see what's around.
Okay, can I get a perception check from everyone?
No problem. Close correct. Why does it keep saying that's my button? Where's the button? No,
Oops.
I forgot how to play. I didn't. I found it. Oh. What did
See a camper.
Okay, so as you're waking up and getting out of bed, you notice that it just seems a bit colder than it should in the morning.
Okay, so,
Oh, when you said that earlier, I just thought that was normal for this area.
so it's cold. Anybody have any like warm clothing?
Is it foggier too, or is it just cold?
It's a little foggy out. It's morning. You're right next to a river, so the cool air is causing the area to be a little bit foggy. Um, but with the rolls you
Not
gave
right,
me, that's
guys.
all you have.
Yeah, guys, something's not right. It shouldn't be this cold.
What's
Yeah, I spend a lot of time in the woods, but this is getting a little ridiculous. My thermostats are reading ice.
Well, it's not that cold. It's just a bit colder than it should be. So the fog seems. I'm not sure how to describe it. It just seems a little cooler than it should be.
Why don't we check with Falcon, see what he knows?
Sounds good.
Okay. Falcon right now is still asleep. He had, what was it, 2 bottles of wine last night?
so he's
So you can hear snoring coming from his bedroom.
Well, let's take a look around while he gets some sleep. I don't want to kind of wake somebody up who just kind of treated us to a good night's sleep.
Maybe
There's
we'll
still-
run into the butler.
There's still Corwin, the butler.
Yeah, you can smell breakfast being cooked.
We could probably ask him.
There's my new best friend. Is this a follow your nose? Who's got the best nose?
Well, I mean the kitchen is almost right below you. The kitchen and Falcon's bedroom share a chimney, and the 2 bedrooms in your room are kind of right above where one of the windows from the kitchen is. So you can clearly smell and remember where the food would be.
To food.
so right about here.
No, that is the upper level of the stable house. You want to go over to the left more. There's kind of a stone-looking room, right near where all the horses are. You'll see you see Pell and Corin in there.
Go with him.
Okay, so you get into that room, and Pell and Corin are busily preparing food, and they turn to you and say, adventurers. Shit. I forgot what I was going to say. They tell you breakfast is almost ready.
Okay. A little bit chilly this morning.
It is. It is. It's a little bit unseasonable, but the fog rolled in, and we can't really. Well, the sun should come out soon and burn it all off, and warm things up right good for your trip. You guys are free to explore the grounds. Master Falcon gave us express permission that you can wander wherever you like.
Well, let's eat our breakfast and we'll take out.
So is it normal to be this chilly?
Oh no, it's usually fairly warm in the mornings this time of year.
Did anything happen overnight while we were sleeping? You know?
No, I didn't notice anything. Pell and I, we both had a good night's sleep as well. The horses, they had made a little bit of ruckus in the stable, so we let them wander around the courtyard, the south yard. But they won't be able to get anywhere. We've got the fence all around the lodge.
So what are we having for breakfast?
What are you having for breakfast? What do you want for breakfast?
What do you want for it? I mean, we're here.
I mean, it's kind of fairly standard breakfast at this moment. You know, eggs, fried meats, beans, some tomatoes, something that looks like a large worm. Just standard D&D breakfast.
With a nice helping of grits.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Corwin saw that there's a kinku in the party and prepared a worm for some reason, even though kinkus eat normal food. He was just like, oh, bird, worm.
Being birdist.
Speciesist. However, I am eyeing up that worm.
You can. I don't have any tequila for you.
Take my-
Once we finish lunch. Yeah.
What time is it?
You guys are kind of stuttering out a little bit.
Give the book cover to that.
Is that better?
Yeah.
You also have to.
I think having the lid of your laptop up makes the mic more accessible to sound.
Oh, well, I just took the book off the laptop.
Yeah. She plays it on the laptop.
Oh,
I did at the. It was working fine. We'll just not have the book on the laptop.
yeah, I think that was muting it a little bit. It sounds a lot better now.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no complaints about what's being fixed for breakfast. Then you guys, you sit around the breakfast table and have breakfast and a little conversation. Give me another perception check.
Oh my god. Be better. A little better.
Nope, sorry, too focused on breakfast.
I ate too much. Did I take?
I noticed something.
Do you?
Maybe?
He's open.
You do. Through the fog and through the conversation and the sounds of dishes being cleaned up, you can kind of pick out the faint sound of flapping, slow flapping.
Wait. Yeah.
Huh? These grits are good.
Is it the steak flapping outside?
Which way is it coming from?
Good question. Let's hear
Uh,
it.
It's coming from above. That's the best you got. You're inside, so you can't really. You just kind of your cat ears picked up on a gentle whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was the sound of flapping slowly. But yeah,
There's a slow flapping outside. I would like scoop myself from the table and take a look outside.
Yourself out the door. Yeah, that sounds good.
Just kind of look up and around.
okay. You see that it's foggy. You can definitely hear the flapping now. The horses seem kind of nervous.
They're all outside roaming the grounds.
You do what?
They're all outside roaming the grounds.
Yeah, they're in the south yard, but they're not like munching on the grass. They're looking around. They're whickering and whinnying and making nervous little horse sounds.
Okay. think the best idea for me is put the horses up right now because I don't trust his flapping noises. Get him inside that stable. Hopefully.
Okay, well, just you, since you're the only one outside, roll initiative.
Oh boy. Hey.
3. Okay, out of the mist, a white dragon drops straight into the courtyard
Oh,
and
fuck.
immediately attacks one of the horses.
We just got that one.
He is going to bite it. He's got multi-attack. How do I roll with this? Okay, so he is going to bite. Oh, that definitely hits. And he just bites into this horse. The horse screams and doesn't fall over because it's in the dragon's jaws, but you can tell that the horse is almost immediately killed, and the dragon lifts into the air and flies off with its horse.
Ew. Okay. Take the room exercise. Dragon is swallowed.
Okay, so you're out of combat now, but you are short one more horse.
Yeah. Back inside. It's like, guys, I just saw a dragon take a horse. Oy. Nothing I could have done. He just swooped down and got him and back off.
Where did he go?
It was foggy. I couldn't tell. I just saw him come down and grab the horse and take it off. So, stay inside for a little bit longer?
Well, shoot.
Wait, was all 5 of those horses ours, or was
One of them belongs to Falcon.
one?
The other 4 were yours. The one that was taken was one of your horses. So you're down to 3 horses and Vincent.
Okay. I remember Tristan riding the Vincent into the lodge.
No fun.
I got asked. I can't remember his name. The butler and his friend. If they either heard of.
Miss Teen, I think we're going to have to do something different with your mic because it keeps kind of...
She's stuttering.
No, it's not her stuttering. It keeps going really, really quiet. Like, I don't know if you're looking away from it or something. But, like, I can hear you when you start to talk, but then it kind of gets really choppy and quiet the longer you go.
All right, I'm flipping. Let me turn it off.
Sorry.
Ah, shit.
What'd you do?
I just refreshed the map instead of hitting the button to do second screen only. Because I don't want to run the screen unnecessarily. Okay. You still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you okay now.
Okay. Got the laptop lid open now, so hopefully that'll work.
Okay, that does sound a bit better, so we'll see how it goes.
So I ask. I'm sorry, I'm just having shit time with names tonight. The butler and his colleague, if they have heard or seen of dragons in these parts before.
They do tell you that they've seen a white dragon flying around, but it hasn't really bothered them before. They're pretty nervous about what just happened. They couldn't see it because there's no windows, but they definitely heard the horse scream and the dragon flapping as it landed and then took off. And then Falcon comes rushing into the room. What the fuck just happened?
Got eaten.
My horse? And he checks outside and he sees his horse. Your horse. Good.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. What ate a horse?
A dragon you failed to warn us about that was flying around?
What do you mean failed to warn us about? That thing's been flying around for weeks. It's never bothered us, though. It's always been elsewhere. Kind of flying between Neverwinter and over, up in the mountains.
This is supposed to be like...
Did you guys lead a dragon here?
No.
You
Pretty
haven't
sure
been off in the adventuring and fighting dragons in other places?
Same dragon.
Sure, it is the same dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, it was white just like the last
Yeah,
one, but
see
you
how
didn't really fight the last one. You kind of I don't even think it saw you during the last encounter. So you don't think you could have led a dragon here?
It's not possible.
Yeah. Because Phandalin would have been attacked. So no, we didn't see any lead any dragons here. It was all peaceful for the past 2 days, several days through the forest from Phandalin to here.
All right, then. It's time to get my defenses in order. He's kind of walking around thinking about it.
I'm just watching him with eyebrows raised while he talks to himself at this point. I want to see what he says.
He's just talking about thinking out loud about hiring guards, because this is a pretty fortified compound, but it's also pretty empty. So he could hire some guards and stuff to help defend the place. But then he thinks, or he kind of mutters, but no one's out here hunting, so I don't have any money to pay them. He's just kind of got a long external diatribe going on about defenses and budgeting and stuff like that.
Does Falcon know where the dragon is coming from?
No, but you do. Like,
Yeah.
specifically you know exactly where the dragon roosts.
That would mean that it's all been the same dragon, and you said we don't know that. So
I mean, you know where a white dragon roosts that's probably the same size as this one.
Okay.
Dragons are also very territorial creatures, so one white dragon being in an area usually means there's one white dragon in an area.
Okay, how long has this fort been here?
I'd say a good 20 years, maybe more. I don't have a good history on it, but Falcon has been here with his hunting lodge for around 20 years, taking rich people from Neverwinter into the forest to kill innocent animals.
Damn you.
For Bambi.
Well, and some not so innocent monsters.
Fine with the not so innocent. It's the helpless animals.
Balance, as all things should be.
Yeah, so Falcon seems to come to a personal conclusion, and he says, "Adventurers, I won't ask you to stay here and defend my home and my lodge, because you obviously have things to do. But if you need to, you can take my horse. I'd prefer that you didn't, because I may need it to escape here if that dragon comes back. But we'll be okay."
Okay.
So I whispered to my comrades, So he wants us to not take his single horse, yet there's 3 of them.
No, 3 of those horses are yours.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
we had 5. Now we're down to.
Yeah, you had 5. The Arcanite of Talos lightning bolted one, and a dragon just ate one.
Yeah, I was being snarky and saying that what's his name, is going to abandon his butler and second butler, because they only have one horse.
They've got a horse, but they've also got transportation. There is a small carriage that they use. It's just kind of tucked away near the stables.
Okay. Ooh.
Well, we probably don't need it. You got
Yeah,
3 horses. You can do 2 on horseback, and 1 person can ride in the cart.
Yeah, the sun has kind of risen above the tree level, and the fog is being burned away, and the morning is back to being a bit warmer as it should be.
Well, maybe instead of investigating around the area, why don't we get these supplies delivered, and then we can come back and do some investigating and take care of the orcs. And if you
do. Says not a whole lot we can do with the dragon flying around. So it ate, so it should be okay for our travels. But we might want to hurry before we don't have any horse or anything to pull the supplies up.
That sounds like an idea. Let's gather everything up and let's march on out of here. Deliver the goods.
Yep, to the not hunting lodge.
The loggers' camp.
That one.
Okay.
Before we head out, Bran's gonna go and spend an hour to pray to Helm and change up some of his spells and give temporary HP to any who wish to join him in the morning prayer.
Okay, and any that want to join you in the morning prayer will be everyone, and they're going to have a little personal reflection about the source of their power, like what makes them special.
Why do I picture Dagger Claw forcing everybody in at bow point? Like, get in there.
Because that's exactly what he's doing.
So
But
there's 5 people.
I'll start this one off.
If Falcon wants to join too, he can also benefit from this, as well as his people.
Yeah,
Ray will extend that to them as well.
But we're going to kind of go around the circle and kind of describe the source of our powers. Dagger, like I said, I'll start this one off. Dagger is this is kind of going to be half out of character, half in character. Once I burp, hold on. Okay, so Dagger is a swarm keeper ranger. He was part of a flock of Kenku that was wiped out by a horde of undead. In the weeks after his flock was destroyed, he wandered the forest and searched for a purpose, and that's where he found his swarm. The swarm is kind of a gathering of forest spirits that have bonded to him and assist him. They appear as a swarm of insects around and on him, usually not quite visible because of his cloak and feathers, but in combat and times of stress and in his exertions, they appear, and his magic is shaped and molded into the form of this swarm. And since bonding with him, they have grown in strength as he has.
Excuse me.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
Nobody speak up.
Let's do Grim. Grim, what is the source of your power?
Chaos. I don't know. I couldn't find anything on to really figure it out.
Okay. Well, let me look at you real quick.
Made me think of Crom, Conan.
Yeah, sorry. It's been a long week. Didn't research.
That's all right. So you are a barbarian on the path of the beast.
Read this one.
So I'm looking this up for you real quick. Ooh. Do you remember which book Path of the Beast was from? Was that from Tasha's?
I don't know, because when I went to look for it, I couldn't find it anymore. So that was the problem I was having. And then when I look in Google it, I can't find it, other than the D&D 5e wiki which is very minimal.
Dag,
Okay. Yes, sir.
you're looking for Tarasha's Cauldron of Everything for the Path of the
Yeah.
Beast.
I've got it right here.
All right.
Okay, so barbarians who walk the path of the beast draw their rage from a bestial spark burning within their souls. That beast bursts forth in the throes of rage, physically transforming the barbarian. Such barbarian might be inhabited by a primal spirit or be descended from shapeshifters. You can choose the origin of your feral might or determine it by rolling on the origin of the beast table. So, Grim, if you want to roll a d4, we can kind of pick one of these. So 3 is a Fey spirit gifted you with the ability to adopt different bestial aspects. And if you don't like that, the other options here that they have in the book are one of your parents is a lycanthrope, and you've inherited some of their curse, or you're descended from an archdruid who inherited the ability to partially change shape, or an ancient animal spirit dwells within you, allowing you to walk this path. Do any of those sound like your character?
Probably the the lycanthrope mother.
The lycanthrope?
Yep.
Okay. So you can you explain to the group that one of your parents was a lycanthrope, and you didn't inherit the curse, but you kind of got some benefits from it. Okay. Sin, do you want to, or Brand, sorry, do you want to go next? Tell us
Yeah, sure.
about your source of power.
Bran, being a cleric of Helm, gets his power through his deity, which comes largely in his faith in the deity and his belief in defending others, as is called. So he prays to the god for what he needs, and the god answers or the god does not answer. But generally, he's willing to answer as long as he continues to follow his dogma, which is opposing undead and aberrations and doing your duty and being ever watchful to protect those who need it.
Okay.
So really, it comes from his god, because he didn't have the power until after he found the religion of Helm, which came after his time in the war or military.
Okay, so Dewey Glaw, you are a Circle of the Land druid. Can you tell us about where your specialness comes from?
This kind of threw me off.
Sorry.
It's okay though. I tried. I guess my power comes through nature. Everything around it, the air, the sun, the little animals. Everything is powerful to him. This is my source of power. That's really all I got.
Give me a second here.
Ah,
I hate homework.
you made
Hey.
it.
The search on D&D Beyond is stupid.
It is.
I'm trying to see where Circle the Land comes from. Bear with me a moment.
Yeah, I just chose one, to be honest.
That's fine.
It wasn't in the TCOE.
Okay, the Circle of the Land is made up of mystics and sages who safeguard ancient knowledge and rites through a vast oral tradition. These druids meet within sacred circles of trees or standing stones to whisper primal secrets in Druidic, which is the special language that druids get. The circle's wisest members preside as chief of priests of communities that hold the old faith and serve as advisors to the rulers of these folk. As a member of this circle, your magic is influenced by the land where you were initiated into the circle's mysterious rites. So, kind of personal character history, where would that land have been? Because Tabaxi aren't really from the Sword Coast. So, would this have been the Tabaxi homeland or something that you picked up along the way?
It had to have been from the homeland.
Okay. And Miss Steen, tell us what you traded your soul for.
50 gold.
Oops.
What was that from?
Yeah, you're an Archfey warlock.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been doing my research on the Fiend, and then I realized today when I logged into D&D Beyond that my person is really the Archfey. And then I realized that right as we were starting. So I hadn't gotten anything on their background. What I mean, I didn't understand.
Well, you're level 4. If you'd prefer the Fiend, I'll allow you to switch.
No, because I like the. I realized while I've been reading is that the reason I had chosen the Archfey is because they're the one. If that's your patron, then that's how I can summon pseudo dragons. If I chose like the Fiend, for example, they would. It would be I'd have some other familiar, and I wanted a pseudo dragon.
Okay. So, I mean, as an Archfey, your patron is a lord or lady of the Fey. So likely a creature from the Fey Wild. So at some point, you would have encountered the Fey Wild and kind of bargained with this Fey being to grant you their power. Let's see. So here's what it says in the book for everyone else. Your patron is a lord or lady of the Fae, a creature of legend who holds secrets that were forgotten before the mortal races were born. This being's motivations are often inscrutable and sometimes whimsical and might involve might involve striving for greater magical power or the settling of age-old grudges. Beings of this sort include the Prince of Frost, the Queen of Air and Darkness, the ruler of the Gloaming Court, Titania of the Summer Court, her consort Oberon, the Green Lord, Hirsam, the Prince of Fools, and Ancient Hags. So those are just some examples of lords and ladies of the Fae.
Yeah, so starting out, I had weak magical powers, and I turned to research and libraries as a way to try and gain more powers. But while that increased my knowledge, it didn't increase my ability to wield magic. And at one point, I had broken down and basically begged the Fae to let me have their powers in exchange for my eternal soul.
Okay, that's good.
Yay!
All right, now that that's over with, sorry for the difficulty of that weekly homework. We can gather our things. Brand, you were doing a ritual to give everyone something. Was that the temporary hit
Temporary.
points?
Yeah.
Okay. So who gets what?
I'm divvying it up. So Dagger Claw gets 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Dewy Claw will get 7 temporary hit points. So will Mistine. And Tristan will get 6 temporary hit points.
Thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much. Okay. And as that hour passed, the fog is completely burned off, and the weather is normal. And we can go about our way, unless anyone wants to continue doing things here.
Hey, let's move out.
Okay.
Let's
So
roll
we'll go
out.
back to our big map.
On the road again.
I'm not riding with her.
Brand's
Well,
going to give himself the Vigilant Blessing.
some folks are going to have to pile up because you only got 3 horses and a cart with a bull.
Oh,
I'm gonna ride on the bull.
Okay, Dagger's not a huge fan of horses, so he'll chill in the cart.
okay. Then I'll take Dagger's horse.
Okay. So you start heading north. You travel for a couple hours, and go ahead and give me a survival check.
All of us?
Anyone can do it.
Go. 19, Dewey got it.
Okay. So you're still on course. You get closer and closer to the logger camp, and you're starting to see more signs of, activity. You see cart tracks in the mud and different trails going in different directions, and trees that have been cut down. And you kind of come to a clearing that has one large tree in the middle, about 50 feet high. And if anyone wants to give a perception check.
I'll let you. Good.
I'm too happy to be on my bull.
Okay, so Dewey Claw, you see it. You can tell you're kind of right outside the loggers' camp, and this tree was left alone for some significance, but up near the top of the tree appears to be a dwarf in the branches.
Okay. Anybody notice that dwarf up there?
What dwarf?
We can't see.
No, once he points that out, you can see it.
Oh.
Yeah, see, there he is at the top of the tree.
Huh. Oh, look at that. They can climb trees.
I thought they were scared of heights.
God, you think they hurt themselves if they fall?
Mother Earth would accept them back.
No, that's gnomes. You punt a gnome.
So, has he noticed us?
You can't tell. You see a dwarf in a tree. He's about 40 feet up the tree. You're about 50 feet from the tree, so it's still a good distance. He's silhouetted against the sky, but it looks like he's kind of leaning against the trunk of the tree.
Is he screaming, saying anything?
No.
Are there other people just walking around like this is everyday news and nothing to be concerned about?
No.
No, they're not around, or no, they're not reacting weirdly.
There is no one else around. You're not at the camp yet. You just see signs of logging activity.
Oh, okay.
And this tree was just left alone, so it's kind of not near other trees. And there's a dwarf up in the top.
It looks like a pretty old tree. It has to be of some significance. There's a dwarf up there. Let's get close to it, and maybe we can talk to him.
Okay, so you approach the tree. The dwarf hasn't moved. You can see a little bit more clearly now, so you see it looks like he's kind of slumped against the trunk, and you see a crossbow across his legs and something dangling below him. It's something small, probably a personal possession. It is not a sack.
Won't stick either.
Can we tell if he's alive?
You can't tell from here, but he hasn't moved. He could be asleep.
Could be pinned to the tree.
But, I mean, you don't really see a dwarf in a tree too often.
No, you don't. No. You yell at him, trying to get his attention.
You can hear the echo of your yell through the forest faintly, but the dwarf does not move.
Okay. Is this tree climbable?
For you, yeah, easily.
All right. Climb the tree and take a gander, see what's going on. Try to keep calling his name as I'm climbing.
Okay.
Calling for him, not his name. I don't know his name.
Dwarf.
Let's see, your climb is what, 20? Well, yeah, like you're an expert climber, so you can climb up there and you can see him, and you're right up next to him in the branches.
Shake him. It's like, hey, you awake?
He does not respond to being shaken. He is limp.
Okay.
And, well, partially limp, but a little bit rigid. If you want to give a
Not like that.
medicine check, let me see what it is. Hang on.
There is a medicine check.
Yeah, there is a medicine check.
Yeah, give a medicine check. He dead.
Damn.
Not only is he dead, but the thing you saw dangling below him was a water skin, and it's empty, and he appears to have died from dehydration.
Ew.
Why did his dumbass not climb down for more water?
Something must have scared him up there.
Check him.
I'm going to check for any. Well, he said it died of dehydration, so it shouldn't be any wounds.
What are you rifling through his pockets, or what are you looking for?
I'm not looking through his pockets. I'm leaving him be.
Um,
You say he died of dehydration. I'm trying to see if there's any other scars on him or any marks?
None. His lips are chapped. His fingers are curled in. General signs of dehydration.
Okay.
And the crossbow is locked and loaded, so it is ready to fire.
Okay. I will take his crossbow and come down.
Okay. You get to the bottom of the tree, and you have a crossbow.
Yeah, apparently he's not going to use it. I mean, if somebody else knows this gnome's, I will give it to him.
Did you at least check the body while you were up? Maybe he had like dwarven ID or something.
We should give him a proper burial.
Yeah, that too.
We should take him to the camp because he may have been from there.
Or they might know at least what he was doing in a tree.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, those are all good ideas, and you do have a cart that has some room, so...
All right, let's put him on the cart and cover him up.
Okay, Dewey Claw, how do you want to get him out of the tree? Do you want to tie a rope to him or something? Or do you just want to push him?
Oh.
Are there any branches along the way down that he can hit?
It's a fairly large tree, and he's near the top. So if you pushed him out, he would likely hit a few branches and the ground on the way. He's 40 feet up, so it'd be fairly significant damage. You think back to the time you fell out of a bell tower.
Yeah. Thinking about that. You have any ideas how to get this guy out of the tree?
Put him on your back.
Well, he is dead, so if he gets
Go
pushed
ahead
out,
and just push him, and well, he's probably heavy. I ain't gonna try to catch him, but go ahead and push him.
How heavy is he? That's my question.
you're gonna make me look up the average weight of a dwarf, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Oh my God.
I can do that. You got to roll for it, I think.
What?
There's a weight range.
I'll say if he's not too heavy, I try catching him, but that's a dwarf, and dwarfs are typically over 200.
And you don't know how much armor he's got on.
He's just wearing thin leather armor. It's not so much armor as it is like protective climbing gear for getting up in trees because he is a woodsman. Okay, so dwarves average around 150 pounds.
Oh, fine. Toss him down. What do I need to roll? Strength.
You would need a significant strength check to catch 150 pounds falling 40 feet.
Well, I am not pushing him.
Why are you not pushing him?
Oh, okay, I'll push him.
Okay, so you push him out of the tree. He ping-pongs off of a few branches, and Tristan, down below, catches him. How do you want that to look?
I'm gonna catch him like a baby and rock him. Oh, that's awesome! I got it.
To everyone watching, catching this falling dwarf appeared to be no effort at all to her. She just scooped him out of the air and cradled him like a baby. This 150-pound dried up dwarf.
I am now climbing down and joining back with the party.
Should have done that the first time you climbed up.
Yeah. Push it.
Take your crossbow.
I'll return it.
Okay, so you guys now have a dead dwarf.
All right.
What are you doing with this thing?
I'm gonna put him in the cart.
Okay, so dead dwarf in the cart. Are you going to continue on?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure out what's going on. See if
I mean-
anybody knows this gnome dwarf.
There's
Can,
nothing else in the area, like in this nearby vicinity, other than tracks and a dead dwarf, right? And a tree.
Well, I mean, not that you can see, but if you want to roll some dice about it, you can give me a perception check.
Okay. Be good. Ah, there we go.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's a forest. You don't hear anything. You hear like insects buzzing and stuff like that, but you don't hear any human activity. Or I say human, but you don't hear the activity of civilization or anything. There is no one around, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. I guess we should head on to the logging
So,
camp.
is the dwarf covered just in case someone accuses us?
You can put a cloak or something over him.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. So once you get past the tree, you can see there's a very clear trail leading to the logging camp. So you are now at the loggers camp. You're approaching from the south. So if you want to look at the bottom of the map, you'll see everyone is there.
Yep. All right.
Oh, I didn't give you your damn horses. Hang on.
Or Fernando.
It's Vincent. I don't know where Fernando came from.
You know, bitch.
I can't see the bull, so it makes sense.
I'm just going to put the horses around you guys.
They're so huge.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it makes sense. I mean, if we stood like shoulder against its flank, we would be half a horse.
And Vincent.
Do you think the centaurs?
No, like if a horse is facing this way and I'm facing this, trying to make dirty jokes.
Any joke involving a centaur is a dirty joke. Dirty, dirty centaurs.
talking to you, Alexa.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh no.
But there's 2 squares and we're 1 square.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, there's Vincent. Okay. You got your horses, you got Vincent. So
Campfire's sad.
let me arrange everyone here. Who's in the lead?
I'm riding the bull, so
Oh.
So Vincent is usually going to be toward the middle with a horse behind and 2 in front. So Dagger is on the cart behind Vincent. We got Tristan on Vincent. Who's up front?
I would suggest Brand and then
Me.
you want to go? Okay.
Sure.
I'll go in the back.
Yeah, he's been kicking ass on perception checks. Okay. So you arrive at the loggers camp. You can see a bunch of tents set up. You can see a bunch of logs being processed. There's a few cabins that have been torn, well, the remains of cabins that have been torn down. The ground to your left rises steeply. It's about a 10-foot rise. Everyone on top of a horse can kind of see over it. There's some more ruined cabins, or not ruined, sorry, just destroyed cabins, and trees and bushes. There's some more trees to your right, and you can see a large cabin still standing over near a pier along the river. And it looks like that's where they ship out the processed lumber, so they'll ship it downriver to Neverwinter. Okay. Can I get another perception check?
Ah, I'm hitting the wrong buttons.
It's a
I'm gonna go cry. I'm gonna close my app and see if I can reload it.
Well, did you end up buying those new dice?
No, not right away. Like,
You know, that's the problem. Like, you only roll good if you get the newest dice. Whoops, I rolled a Dewey Claw perception check and not my own because I was not looking at my character.
good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
but the dice I have was a gift from Tristan, and so therefore they should have extra good luck. Because I was told that your dice should be gifted to you the first time.
Oh. Well,
Something.
Brand notices some motion in the tree to your right.
I call out. Who goes there?
You hear a voice call back to you. It says, "Stop moving! They're under the ground!" It's a girl's voice. I know my voice is not very girly, so I had to clarify. Oops.
Kitty.
What's under the ground?
I don't know! They ate everyone!
Well, I think we know why the one dwarf was dead in the tree. Void. Sorry.
Called that out.
Whoops. God damn it. Keep hitting this thing, trying to close this thing, but it's the wrong thing, and it opens the thing, and now I need to stop doing that. So I have stopped doing that. Okay. So, what you want to do, you can hear the girl in the tree. You can kind of see her. She's well off the ground. It's not a huge tree like the other one. So she could easily get in and out, and she is not dead because she's responding to you.
Well, I yell at her. What should we do?
Well, I'm in a tree, so do that. Get off the ground.
Should we make way to her tree and get off the ground? Is that tree big enough for all of us?
I could probably fit most of you in the tree, but not the horses or Vincent.
The horses and Vincent.
Maybe that's
Pull out my crossbow.
Yeah, the horses do seem a little bit nervous, but not too nervous.
Gonna load a crossbow bolt. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it at the ground about as far as I can ahead of me.
What's the range on it?
Range on that bad boy is 80 feet. So I'm gonna shoot out 80 feet up on the road. In fact, I'll aim for that set of tents in the fire pit over there. Just in a big open spot, fire a bolt just into the ground.
Okay, so 80 feet will get you. Sorry, I'm pulling up my drawing tool. Right around here. Kind of. Those blue lines are about the end of your.
Right there where those lines
80-foot
cross, that'll
range.
do.
Okay. Your arrow hits the ground, and you see. Give me a perception check.
Natural.
24.
Oh. Okay, so you see kind of a lump under the ground move toward where your crossbow bolt landed, but it stops well before it gets there.
Can I see where the lump stopped at?
It's about 20 feet past your crossbow bolt, and it came from between two of the tents. Actually, there's a big gap in the tents closest to you, It came from right between there, and it moved about 15 feet toward where your crossbow bolt landed, and ended about 20 feet away from it.
Alright, so I will go with the extended range, which goes out to 320 feet to shoot it where I saw it last. Shoot at the area, not really trying to hit it, but just shoot over there and see if.
Okay,
Ideally, as I'm just shooting at the ground, trying to see if I can get something to pop up. Maybe we can get an idea of what the hell we're up against. As long as we hold still, I just slowly load, slowly aim, and fire again. And then.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, so we'll determine how accurate you are.
That'll be with disadvantage because of the.
This is the extended
distance.
range.
If it's going past 80 feet, which is what I'm doing. So. 1. And it should be the second one here.
Okay, so that's a 22.
So you're looking at a 7.
Oh. Okay, so you hit near it. I'm putting a little black dot to kind of represent. And you do see the lump move closer to that. It's about 5 feet from where you hit.
Alright. I'm going to load another one, adjust, and fire again.
Alright, same thing. You're still outside the 80 feet, so disadvantage.
Boy, them second rolls are really hurting.
That's that one went a bit wide, and again, you see the dirt move, and it moves about 5 feet toward that.
Alright, so we know that it.
And I'm putting these black dots where your arrows have landed.
Thank you.
Sorry, they're kind of small. I didn't know if you saw them or if I explained them.
Yeah, you did. So what do y'all think?
I think I'm gonna go walking over and grab my axe off my back and ready to go.
Okay, give me a moment before you do that.
Boy.
Pain in the ass. Sorry.
You picked her.
I said the quiet part out loud.
Yum, 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 yum.
Okay, so you start to move forward. Give me one moment here.
Deja vu.
Okay, you can move forward. Use your movement as a guideline, so you can move 30 feet. So any movement you want to make it within that, pause, and then...
There.
Okay, you see the lump in the ground. Well, sorry, give me a perception check. I'm waiting for it to load. You can tell me what it is.
9.
Okay. You don't see anything. But from here out, move 10 feet at a time and give me a perception check each time you move 10 feet.
Can we see anything as we're watching her go?
You can roll some dice about it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you want me to just start rolling and not say what it's for, or
13.
ask first.
Okay, 13 at that range. You can tell that there is something approaching you whenever you step, something is approaching you under the ground. You do see a lump moving toward you. And each time it seems to move, each time you make a step.
I'm going to stomp in place.
Okay.
And see if I can get it to come to me.
It came a bit closer. It's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay, stomp again.
Could we maybe have a dot on the screen to represent the
No.
not graboid?
No, you cannot. All right, hold on. Okay, as you stomp your foot a second time, rolling some dice.
Sorry, I just don't want it to go near the horses or anything.
What, you're bringing it to the horses?
I'm gonna bring it to me. I'm gonna kill it. Attempt to kill it.
Okay, well, the second time you stomp your foot, claws erupt from the ground directly underneath of you, slicing at your body and doing 15 slashing damage. So you can roll initiative. Anyone else who wants to take initiative can roll initiative.
Brian's got Vigilant Blessing, so that's why I rolled twice. Gives me advantage on initiative rolls.
Okay. I am rolling initiative. The girl in the tree is rolling initiative.
Angie dragged the poor helpless girl into the...
Well, she's not helpless.
Yeah.
All right.
She's helpless. That's my kitty cat.
So, as these claws erupted and sliced you up, a huge insectile monster erupts out of the ground.
Are you gonna lay down?
No, I'm gonna sit. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Brand.
Oh, okay. So let me see. I need to go. How far? Let me get that ruler out so I can see how far she is.
She is within your 80 feet. So remember that first arrow was
Yeah.
right at about your max range.
So if I move there, I love this ruler. He'd be within that range. She'd be within that range. I'm going to cast a spell. So I'm going to move up 25 feet, and then Brand's going to cast Blessing, first level spell, on himself, Dewey, and Christian. So let's see. Cast. I click that. And I'll put little markers on everybody to show that they have been blessed.
Yep, I'm putting markers on people. Okay, you got that one. I'll get Tristan. Okay. So you have blessed your friends.
Then I'll move up 5 more feet. And that's my action, my movement, and that's about all I had. I don't have any, yeah. Alright, so that's all I have for this turn. That ends my turn.
Okay, so next up is... Who is that? That is Mistine.
Yes. Hold on. 50. Okay. I do like that ruler. That's pretty spiffy. Sorry. I was experimenting. Stop. There. Put me back. All right. That was about 60 feet. And I can't cast that then. I'm going to cast Hex first.
Okay.
And then to cast Eldritch Blast. Oh, nice.
Does Hex have a save that the creature has to make?
Let me recheck. No. And actually, I get to affect one of its ability checks. And so, okay, so I hit, I'm assuming I hit with Eldritch Blast, right? Because I got a natural 20.
Yeah, you critical hit with it.
Yeah. What does that mean I do?
That means when you roll your damage, you double it.
Oh, I think it might have
if you just roll damage on the spell button, it should do it for you.
Oh, I think it did. Yes.
Yeah, so describe that to me. That's a impressive attack.
It's like as if our characters knew what horrible B sci-fi movie or science fiction movies are. And it's this big hurtling thing that looks like a comet and it just goes streaking across the battlefield, narrowly missing Tristan and exploding in smithereens all over the thing's face.
Okay.
Oh, and then my hex spell.
I'm having flashbacks to a previous life.
And he also takes 3 damage from the hex.
Okay, hang on a second here. So a total of 20 damage.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, sorry, Tristan, I had to move you for a second to adjust the health. Is that the end of your turn?
60. I'd like to come. I'm going to move just a little. I'm going to get off my horse. Wait, how do you get. Right there. That'll be good. So I want to be there. Just so I'm a little bit closer in case that's going to matter at some point.
Okay. Next is Dagger. The Dagger is going to move forward a bit. He's going to come right up next to Mistine, and he is going to fire his bow at the beast. And let's see, does that hit?
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, that does hit. So we will roll damage. Okay, so it takes 6 damage from my attack, and my swarm is going to follow my arrow and do another 3 damage. So that's 9 damage. Come on. Next up is Tristan. Okay, Tristan, you're up, and then after you, it'll be this monster.
All right, I am going to cleave it. My great axe. Oh dear God! Almost it rolled off of it. Well, so not much better, but
Well, you do hit.
nine damage.
Okay. And it is now its turn. It is, very, very damaged. There's ooze coming out from between all the cracks that have been created in its carapace. But it is still going to spit acid at you. It's going to spit, and it does a line 30 feet long. So let me use this handy ruler. So it's going to hit both you and Brand. There's its acid spit right there. So both of you make a dexterity saving throw.
And I'm gonna. Don't forget you have blessed, Tristan. Get that a D4 to it. Not that it mattered for me none, but
Oh,
maybe it'll help you. Nope, you're in the same boat.
yep.
Okay, so both of you take 5 acid damage.
It's just a little slimy. It's still good.
Yep.
It's still good.
It burns just a little bit. Still good.
Is that all you got, Beastie? I had. Never mind. PG.
That is all it had. So up next is Dewey Claw, unless you have something else you can do. Oh wait, no, your turn already ended. So Dewey, you're up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move a little bit to get in range here. Make sure I have good distance. Yes, I do. I'm gonna aim for that monster with the ice knife.
Is that the one that explodes?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so you definitely hit. So roll your damage. All right. So your dagger, your ice knife, easily slides through the carapace of this creature, and I want you to describe how your ice knife kills it.
Ah, do I have to?
You don't have to. I can do it for you.
Please, because I'm not good at that.
Okay. So your ice knife slips inside of the creature and then explodes. You see shards of ice just eject all over the carapace of this creature, shooting out and almost hitting Tristan, unless she makes, what is it, a dex save?
And don't forget about that D4, Tristan.
Yeah.
Not that it matters.
Yeah, dex save is not going to help you too much there.
Sorry.
Okay,
9.
so You're going to take 2d6 of cold damage, which is 3 damage.
Oh, ice cubes. You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So the girl in the tree is going to use her movement to drop down to the base of the tree and run a few feet towards you because you look like you can fight these things. And she's going to say, "Watch out! There's more of them!"
Oh, fun.
And as she says that, underneath Dewy Claw, the ground erupts in a fury of claws and spikes. And Dewy Claw is going to
Take some damage.
take some damage. This thing on the... Why is it not adding? Come on. There it is. Okay, does an 8 beat your AC? Probably not. I don't think an 8 beats anything.
No.
So, being a dexterous cat, you're able to feel the ground start to erupt below you and jump and dodge a little bit and just narrowly miss getting sliced up by these claws as another of these monsters erupts below you.
1.
And then it is Bran's turn.
All right. I'm gonna drop my crossbow, pull out my hammer. I want to move up and smack this guy.
Okay, roll some dice about it.
Where's my dice? Here it is. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother rolling the d4.
Yeah, you did not hit.
Ah, what the hell? Let's roll the d4. Takes effect anyways. Just to see what it could have been.
It
Oh,
could
well.
have been also a not hit. But that's okay.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
All right, next up is Miss Teen.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm gonna use Witch Bolt.
Okay.
Don't know if that hit. Should
Still
have.
waiting for it to show up.
Yeah, I just refreshed my screen because ours broke.
16 hits. Wow. Okay, so it takes 15 damage. Okay, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Just here a little bit, and then that's it.
Okay. Next up is Dagger. And he is going to do what he does, which is take aim and fire his bow. Which is a dirty 20. And that does 9 damage, and then his swarm is going to add a d6 to that. For 12 damage. Okay, and he is also going to move over a little bit to cover the girl from the tree. All right, so the Ankeg's turn. Oh, sorry. The insectile monster's turn. Pretend I didn't say that. He is going to try and bite Dewey Claw. Whoops. 20 would hit, so it's going to do 10 slashing damage. And you are now grappled.
What can't I do now?
You what?
No, keep going.
Do you know what grapple means?
No. Apparently I'm hold up.
Okay, so hang on. So I need to look up grappled rules because I haven't done that because I'm bad at this.
It's Friday.
Sorry, bear with me a second here. Okay, so you can make a strength or dexterity save or check against this. Not a save, a check. Wait, no, it is a save. Sorry.
Dex save. Not getting out of that.
Okay,
You
so yeah,
also
you are
have
grappled.
less.
Yeah, you can add a d4 to that. You are still grappled.
Yeah.
Okay, so each time it becomes your turn, you can make that dexterity save again to try and break the grapple, but that
Alright.
takes up your action.
That takes up an action.
Yeah. Tristan, it is now your turn.
I'm going to rage with double claws.
Help me.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh dear God. Oh, that one didn't do shit.
Don't forget you got a D4.
Yeah, you're also the one you're on top of is dead.
Oh. Sorry. Ah. I guess 5, 10, 15. That one. I guess that's 30, so can't remember if I can move and attack con.
Yep, you can.
You can. Yeah, you can move and attack, but your attack roll was a 7, which does not hit.
Hold on, I got the D4. I'm trying to roll with it.
Yeah, adding 3 still does not hit.
Okay, roll the next one. Good God. I rolled all the good rolls early.
Oh, that one hits.
Yeah. Alright, hold on. I gotta reload. It's not loading up.
You just can't move. Yeah.
When it loads back up, just roll your damage for the attack.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I'm on my phone right now until it comes back up. Can you? Let me see if I can.
You want me to roll your damage for you?
I didn't even. Did the roll go through for the second attack?
The attack hit.
I know. Okay.
I didn't get the damage for it.
Okay. Yeah. Please. Sorry. Everything just lost. I didn't see.
That's how.
Okay, so you do 9 damage to it. And it is looking pretty messed up.
I'm still in his grasp, though.
You are. Okay, and from underneath of Dagger, the ground erupts with a fury of claws and swipes. And Dagger is hit for 9 damage. Okay, next up is Dewey. You can make that dexterity check to see if you can get out of the grapple.
Can I hit him? You have to wait till I get
Oh,
out.
you can. You don't have to try and break out of the grapple. You can make attacks.
Hey. I will try to hit him.
Okay.
I'm using my scimitar since that's the closest weapon.
You can do that. You can't do that. You try, but it's got your arms kind of pinned and it is salivating in your face, and you just can't seem to get your weapon up to pierce it.
So that's the only thing I can do.
You can still try and break the grapple.
Okay, I'll do that with the saving throw. I do it.
Yeah, you get your scimitar up just enough to kind of poke it, and it screeches at you and releases the grapple, but you didn't do any damage to it.
Fine.
Okay, so next up is the girl from the tree. Let's see, what can she do?
in time.
Ignore that.
Ignore you rolling a 0? How do you roll a 0?
I saw it through the click, so I clicked it. Don't worry, at level 5 that becomes damage. I was just seeing what happens if I click that button.
Okay, so the girl next to Dagger screams and tries to do something with her hands, and you see some fire kind of spark in her hands, but it fizzles out before anything happens. And she is gonna, well, she can't move away, but that's all she's gonna do. So we're gonna come back to Brand, and Mistine, you're on deck. So
Yeah,
you'll be after
I'm
this.
ready.
Booming blade.
Boom that blade.
And let's add a D4 to that.
Yeah, use that bless. And that lets you
16.
hit it. Bless isn't a one-time use, is it? Like you use that
Nope.
extra... Okay.
It's active until it wears off. 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. That is enough to kill it. How does it look?
I play whack-a-mole and whack it back into the hole.
Okay. You smash this thing in the face, and it is pounded hard enough to drive most of its remains back into the ground. But there's still plenty of exoskeleton and ichor and spiky limbs sticking out. But it is quite obviously dead.
My channel divinity, I think, is an action. Yeah, it's an action, so I can't do that. All right, but I can move since it's dead now.
You can.
10, 15,
Whoops.
20, 25, 30. I'll move
Okay.
down southward, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, so that thing is flanked between both you and me and you and the girl. And next up is Mistine, and Dagger's on deck.
Christine just hides with the horses, apparently.
Well, you do kind of the same thing the girl did. You raise your hands to summon up your Eldritch Blast, and lightning crackles, but it just kind of fizzles away before anything can happen. You want to do anything else? You still got movement and... Is that a bonus action or an action? Okay, yeah, so Eldritch Blast is an action. So you still got movement and a bonus action.
Which is all I got. So, and I don't want to move any closer to that thing. I think I'm happy where I am.
Okay. So next up is Dagger with the beast on deck. Oh, wait, no, that's the dead one. Let me... delete that. Okay, so Dagger is right there. So Dagger is going to pull out his scimitars. And he is going to do some stabbing about this. So he swings with his first scimitar, and it hits, drawing a vicious cut across the beast for 7 damage. And he's going to swing with his second, short sword, not scimitar, which will also hit for 4 damage. So a total of 11 damage. And Tristan, you're on deck. Just give me a second here. Okay, so you're going to make some movement to charge over there. What you going to do about it?
Double claws.
Double claws. Give me some of them sweet dice.
I don't know about sweet right now. I think I need to. Oh, there it goes. It rolled off of the 1. I was gonna say.
Your first claw viciously slashes into the exoskeleton of this giant bug. For 5 damage. Give me that second one. Okay, that hits. Your second claw also slashes in for a wicked 1-2. What's it look like?
Damn. Him.
Jeez. Your second claw tears chunks out of the beast. It is angry. It is furious. And you just did damage to it. So it is going to turn to you. And it is going to... Whoops, that is the wrong thing. It is going to try to bite or grab and bite you. Does a 13 beat your AC?
Nope.
Okay, so it reaches out for you, but you kind of dodge and step to the side, and it fails to grab you and bite. So next up is Dewey Claw.
I want to make sure there's no other beasts around. Can I make a perception check and see if there's any more?
You can roll some dice.
Nice.
Okay, you look around. You don't see anything moving, but you do see that the ground, the sand is lumpy. You can't tell if the lumps are monsters or just lumps of sand. And you kind of get a peek of someone standing on the roof of the cabin.
Okay, that's good to know. Since I am in range, and I don't know if I want to do this, but that my ice knife can reach that far.
What's the range on it?
60 feet.
Oh yeah, you can. You can definitely reach it.
Yeah, but I don't damage so many people around here.
Yeah, that's 4 people who would get hit by it.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't make their dexterity save, you know.
Yeah, okay, hold on. 7, 8.
You can also just run over to get in range.
Well, if I do that, I can also just pull out my scimitar. I think that'd be a safer bet.
Yeah, because that one's not looking terribly healthy. It's got a bunch of chunks taken out of it. I mean, it's still in fighting shape, but it's oozing.
Yeah. That is 20 feet that I'm moving. All right. And my guy just disappeared. There. There it is. And I will swing at it with my scimitar.
Well, your perception check was an action, so you've used an action and a movement, so you don't have enough left to do an attack.
Okay.
Unless you have anything that's a bonus action. So you can draw out your flame blade.
Action.
But you can't attack with it. So the girl is up next. She's going to try again. Her hands are going to erupt with fire, and she is going to successfully cast her firebolt. What does that do? All right, give me one moment here. I had this up, but I accidentally closed the window, so I have to find it again. Okay, so she hit, so it takes a d10 of damage. Roll up a d10. All right, so this thing just is not having a great day. Her hands erupted with fire, and she pointed at it, and a bolt of fire flew and hit it. And sorry, brain fart, bad brain fart. And we're back to Brand. Brand is up with Mistine after that.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna booming blade it.
All right.
So let's do attack.
You definitely boomed that blade.
Boom.
That's poor
Okay. How does your murder of this creature look?
So what does this thing look like? Does it look like just a worm or is it a bug? I thought it was a worm at first.
It is a large insectile creature. Let me see if I have a description here. It resembles an enormous many-legged insect. It's got long antennae that twitch in response to movement around it. Its legs end in sharp hooks adapted for burrowing and grasping its prey. Its powerful mandibles can snap a small tree in half.
All right, well, that's a good image. So I'm going to flip my hammer around, bring it,
There you
have
go.
it raised up. I'm going to swing it down in a golf. Oh wow, look at that thing! In a golfer sort of swing, and try and basically hit its jaw with the underswing.
Okay, so you're gonna try and knock it up in the air.
Yeah, and just for the hell of it, I'll shout a number. I'll say 6.
Okay. Well, you have killed
If
it.
not knock on the air, knock its head off, maybe.
Yeah. Well, you do hit it hard enough so that its head becomes detached from its body and it crumples to the ground. The head traveling a total of 6 feet. Okay, so next up is Mistine.
Well, it seems like everyone's dead, right?
Seems that way.
Seems.
Well, Dewey Claw, what direction was the mounds of
They're all over the place.
so just start walking basically?
Yeah, well, we can leave combat.
Okay. I didn't know if we're gonna trigger another one or not.
Pretty sure.
We'll see. But we can leave combat for now. So we're no longer under the forces of initiative. You guys can take a look around and talk to the person or see what you want to do.
I look at the girl and go, What's that thing? Very dramatic.
Those things.
Those things.
She says, "I don't know. They just showed up. Some orcs attacked a week ago, and they broke into the cabin, but we managed to fight them off, and then these things started showing up."
Y'all been digging in the ground anywhere around here?
No, we cut down trees. Well, sorry, they cut down trees. they hired me after the orc attack to give some protection. Anyone want to sort of a roll for memory, wisdom? Yeah, give me some wisdom checks.
I think I'm good at that.
Actually,
What?
let's go ahead.
Where is wisdom? Oh no, I'm not.
Let's do that.
Better than I did.
Yeah, I think wisdom is really just a straight wisdom check is the only way to go about it. Okay, so Tristan, Brand, Dewey, you all recognize this girl. You met her in the tavern. She was one of the adventurers. Do you remember that? The people that were in town looking for
The
work.
ones we could hire and all that, which...
Yes.
Yeah, because when we tried to see if I wanted to hire, nobody wanted to come, but I guess... Huh. Gonna ask her what she do. She was hired to come out here?
Yeah, me and my friends were hired to come out here. The other two, they got eaten. But I got up in that tree and they couldn't reach me, and then they dug underground. I was so worried that if I came down, they would get me.
Yeah. We found a dwarf a little ways back. Apparently he didn't make it. He got into the tree and perished up there.
Oh no, he was going to get help. They must have cornered him that far out.
So is everyone dead? There's no one left?
I think
You know,
I think Tiber's still alive. He was on top of the cabin the other day.
well, y'all want to go check out the cabin?
Not.
Does anybody need a rest?
Yes. But I
Yow.
don't know if it.
Well, walk over to the cabin. We might be able to rest there inside.
You don't run into any more of these things.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you want to head over to the cabin.
No short rest needed? Alright.
Well, I do want a short rest, but I don't feel like it's safe enough out here yet. We don't know what else might pop up.
Okay, so do me a favor. Walk toward the cabin in 30-foot increments just to make my life easier. So when you move, just move 30 feet at a time. If you use the ruler button in the top left, you can click on your character and it'll say when you've gone 30 feet.
I actually want to stealthily do that.
You
I
can
want to stealthily move 30 feet each time I go.
yeah, you make a stealth check each time you walk, and the girl has communicated to you that the things are underground and they can sense vibration. So anytime you move, the less vibration you make, the less likely it is for one to attack. And she has no idea how many there could be. This was a busy logging camp. There was at least 15 people here when the attack happened, and her and possibly Tiber are the only two remaining.
To make a stealth check now, like he did?
Yeah, each time you move, make a stealth check, since you're trying to move softly.
Just gonna go back with the horses.
What about the horses?
Oh, look at my roll.
I'm just trying to. Damn. I gotta get the horses saved. I'm pretty sure they're making a bunch of noise.
Okay, so Mistine was not very stealthy. Dewey was pretty stealthy. Made a little bit of noise on his short trip. Dagger Draw was silent as the night. So if you want to move again, just move up to 30 feet and give me a stealth check. If you want to be sneaky about it.
Use them.
Bran just stomps his way up the path. Dewey
It's all
Claw.
them wood chips.
Dewey Claw makes his way toward the door, stepping on a couple of sticks tucked in the grass, making loud snapping noises.
Damn it.
Oh. Let's see. Do I even have
Okay.
stealth? I do not.
Mistine, she makes her way up there and brushes past the bush that's in the way, causing several branches to snap. Tristan moves up the path.
You're not
I'm
gonna
waiting
like
for the
it.
roll. Just stomping along. Not a care in the world. Dagger moves forward. Rhythmically stepping as hard as he can and letting out occasional squawks. And tripping and falling over. And also, when he gets close to the bush, he just kind of starts smacking it with his hands. No stealth at all on his part. Okay, and the girl follows behind. She's just going to make a straight check here. She just kind of stomps up behind Mistine and Dewey. Nobody is good at stealth. Jesus Christ.
Terrible.
Okay.
You want to go in that door or you want to go in the front door? I don't know.
There's windows and a front door.
There's a
Let
window.
me get some fog reveal here. The front door is there, and everything else is windows. Did that show the front door?
I don't see the front door.
It's the thing on the right side of the building.
Just okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Stealthily move. Don't be the brave one to go in there.
Okay, so are you just going up to the door, or are you and waiting for everyone, or are you just going in?
I'm waiting for everybody.
Okay, well, I mean, you just kind of stomped up to the door, so I wasn't sure. Dagger's going to come up there and see how he does. Hey, you barely noticed Dagger coming up behind you. You look to the other side and realize Mistine was already there the whole time.
I'm gonna heal Tristan real quick.
Okay.
There you go, Tristan. 14 hit points.
Damn.
Okay.
I'll move up.
The girl walks up behind you, saying very loudly while stomping her feet, "I think they're all gone now."
I hope you get 8. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Brand also starts clomping directly through the bush. Branches snapping. The bush was not your target.
It was today.
It was today. There was nothing hiding in the bush. Were you trying to be stealthy, Tristan?
I'm rolling. But I don't think at this point it's going to help much.
Yeah, at this point,
Right.
there has been a lot of noise and
Oh,
stomping made.
there!
Did you roll a 1?
No.
No. Oh, yeah. Nobody knows where you went. You were there and then gone. Okay. So we have multiple people gathered at the front door. With all the attempts at being stealthy, everyone has failed to be stealthy at least once. So it's up to you how you want to go. If you want to peek in the door and see what you can see, or just go in.
Tall is this building?
The building it's a little one-story cabin. So it's, about 15 feet tall. Got a
Okay.
angled roof.
On the roof.
You what?
I know there's somebody on the roof.
You did glance somebody on the roof. So you can just climb up there because
Yeah. That's
cat.
what I'm doing. I'm climbing up on top of the roof and see if this guy's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to move this over here. Well, this little area here, we'll consider that the roof for right now. So you climb up onto the roof, and you see Tibber sitting there, just hands on his legs, face in his hands, just trying to figure out what to do. He's trapped on the roof and can't do anything about it. So he's kind of moping about it.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh my God, there's people! You made it through!
Yeah, how many were there? Did you count before, or there's more than 3?
I don't know. They started grabbing people from the ground, and I managed to get up here. One of my workers tried to follow me, but they pulled him off the wall. Do you have any water? Been up here for so long, I'm so thirsty.
Rations.
Yeah, rations would have water. You'd have a like a canteen on you.
Say I have a canteen, but okay. It's like, yeah, I give him water.
Okay. He comes over to you and grabs the canteen and just drains it into his face. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, is that Vincent over there? Is that our supplies?
Yes, that is.
Oh, well, thank God. I don't think we'll need them right now because it's only me. But at least I think it's only me. I don't even know if we can continue. I'll probably have to go hire more people.
Is there anybody inside the cabin?
Well, give her Vincent and the cart to take back with her.
Tibber's a him. He's on the roof with.
Oh, Tibbers.
Yeah, the girl is right next to you. She was kind of a hired guard for the camp. Her and her 2 friends who have died.
You think anybody made it inside the cabin?
I don't think they did. I haven't really heard anything in there. But I mean, after the first attack, people learned to be quiet and walk softly. So there might be someone hiding in there. We do have some of our supplies in there.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to check inside the cabin, see what's going on. You stay up here, just to be safe, just in case, until we clear this camp out. Climb down and the windows covered.
No, they're open.
Okay, I want to peek through one of the windows.
Okay. Any specific one?
I mean, I could just walk in the front door.
Or you can do that. I mean, it's up to you.
Be easier if he doesn't think anyone's inside. But do what you want. If you want to peek in the window.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'm just gonna kind of move you guys back. Well, I don't want to move you in there, but yeah, you're fine right there. If you want to climb back down and check in a window, you can pick any window on there, and I'll reveal what's in the room. Okay. So you can see, a lightly furnished room. There's some tables and chairs. You do see a door at the far end, but there's no lights or anything to light it, so it's a little bit dim.
I can see kind of in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, you can see all the way to the end. There's just furniture, but you don't see anything moving around or any people. You can give a perception check if you want to look a little deeper than that, but your passive doesn't see anything.
Wait till we go inside, and I don't want to peek this window
Ethan,
Okay.
Tom.
now.
You see some more furniture. You see some chairs arranged around a fireplace. Again, you don't see anything moving or any people in there. You do see some supplies stacked against the wall near the other window. A little, drink serving cart and stuff like that. Just general cabin accoutrement.
It's kind of clear. You want to walk inside?
Yes. I take initiative and walk inside and see what's up.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna walk right to there.
Sure.
Okay. As you do that, claws burst through the ground, piercing up through the wooden floor, striking at you.
No.
Not one, not two, but 3 sets of them.
You
Ew.
should have taken the rest outside.
You wanted to walk in.
So the first one misses, the second one it hits you, and the third one hits you. Claws slice up your clothes and your skin, and you take 16 slashing damage. And you also roll initiative.
You said 16.
I did.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Ew. Sorry.
And everyone outside, you can hear her scream as claws just rip her flesh apart.
I'm running in.
And you can also
too.
roll initiative.
Okay.
Well, you can't run in yet, but you can roll initiative to find out who
Yep.
can run in.
So good at that right now.
Listen to Brandon. Took a rest outside.
Okay. So whoops, let me unhide these things. Whoops, damn it. Wrong button. Okay. So after the claws came through the floor, 3 of these creatures burst up underneath of you. You are grappled. 2 of them have a hold of you. You can roll a strength or dexterity check to try and break one of the grapples, but 2 of them have a hold of you.
Hey.
Okay, you managed to shake both of them free with a crit. I'll give you that. And so they grabbed onto you, and how do you envision yourself shaking out of that?
Falling backwards and scrambling and getting away. Backing up against that window.
Okay, so I'll put you right there. That won't trigger an attack, they just attacked.
Yeah.
But we're going to start off with Brand. I know he didn't roll the highest, but he is immediately after the creatures in the initiative order. So go ahead, Brand.
All right. Well, I'm going to raise up my hammer and activate my my Twilight Sanctuary, which is a 30-foot radius centered on me. It fills everything within it within dim light.
Okay, what color is your
All of them.
Twilight Sanctuary?
It's twilight. It's like dusk, dimming lights, kind of dark, little purplish haze.
Okay. So there's the range of your Twilight Sanctuary.
I did that. Did I have a? I think I had a bonus spell. I can't recall what it was now. Oh, there it is. Hex. Might as well. Directly south of Messina. Is that a door or a window?
That is a window.
And the one up there is the door that she went in, or did she climb through the window?
She went through the door right near Tristan, and then when they grappled her, she kind of fell backwards and pressed herself against the window. Sorry, when she escaped their grapple.
Oh shoot. Can I go over and jump through the window?
You can roll some dice about it. Give me a dexterity, and once you're through, you'll be in range, and that'll be your entire movement. I'll count it as like difficult terrain.
Do you want a straight dex, or do you want a athletics, or do you want an acrobatics?
Do athletics or acrobatics. Sorry, I need to get better at using the skills instead of the straight.
22 to
thing, so-
heroically jump through the window.
So you heroically jump through the window. You dive through, the glass shatters. Mistine lets out a little squeal as you tumble past her, and you are now in combat range.
And I will point at the big one who I can see on screen, and I will cast a hex on him as my bonus action.
Okay.
So your mother is a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Go ahead. I think you can put a condition on them.
I did.
Okay. Good.
And it's gonna be for, we'll say, strength checks.
Okay.
If that comes up. And that'll be the end of my turn. And I'll give myself some temporary HP.
All right. So Dewey Claw is up next,
6.
and after that is Dagger. And actually, before we get too deep into combat, does anyone mind if we take a quick bio break?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got like 2 cups of coffee in me, and they want out. Okay. So we'll take a quick, 5 or 10 minute break, and when we get back, Dewey, you can do your turn. Okay. All right, we're starting
Who's
to
that?
show back up. That was someone roaring about something.
It was me.
No.
So apparently, I didn't realize that lady grabbed the wrong bag of Doritos stuff. It's all stuff none of us can really have.
Which one did
Oh,
you
that's
get?
terrible.
Well, it comes with Funyuns and salt and vinegar, but it was supposed to be like regular Doritos corn chips, and she ended up getting the spicy bag. So it's all like
Oh.
this spicy nacho shit.
Yeah, like the worst flavor of Doritos.
Yep.
But it's also in a red bag, so it's...
Well, I'm kind of mad about that. But
Yeah, well, I've done that before. I did that. I went out to get stuff for the kid, and I was like, she wanted Doritos. So I grabbed Doritos, and it was those damn spicy ones.
yeah, because they're the same
I
color.
did that too. That's why I always double check it now.
And, like, I don't mind spicy Doritos, but that's, like, the bad-tasting spicy Doritos.
I love spicy stuff and spicy foods and hot stuff, but those Doritos just taste nasty.
Yeah.
Glad you liked your office then.
I love it. It looks great.
Candy.
You do great work. You could probably make money doing that stuff.
I gotta get real anal, and people are not easy to please.
No.
Oh shoot.
Are you talking about Final
happy
Fantasy
you did
7
it.
stuff? Or not
Yeah.
7, 14?
Yeah.
I was half right. Anyone?
He's half right.
I said Final Fantasy 7, and I said, I mean 14.
Oh.
I was half, yeah.
I didn't hear that far. That's good though.
Yeah, I'm getting better, but like I've noticed some stuff after I exited out that there is some stuff that's uneven. But
Well, it happens.
it's only because I'm getting an eye for it now.
Shoot, I ain't gonna sweat it. I think it looks great. I
Appreciate
don't care if
it.
there's little small details that are off. Let people worry about that. In fact, it'd be great because then when they start freaking out and flipping over, I can put them down. I can say, it seems you have a psychosis.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, we're just gonna go into your head here and take out a little piece of your brain. We'll let you keep it. We'll put it in a jar for you.
We'll cook it up and serve it.
You won't be bothered by that crooked picture anymore. We'll feed it to the wall demon.
Yeah, I think Victor came in your office looking for the doctor. think
Doctor's out playing D&D.
Yeah, I think he was gonna donate another kidney.
Are we all ready?
Oh yeah,
again?
it's open for everybody who wants to RP in there.
Yep.
Yep.
So I need a nurse.
Do we have both Dewey Glaw and Miss Teen ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. And
Okay.
all right, I measured. I'll use my feline agility, which I can move 60 feet.
Okay.
One
I'm
turn.
liking it.
This window right here.
Okay.
I'm not going to jump through it. I'm trying to be sneaky about this. Sneak
Okay.
through that window if I possibly can.
Give me a stealth check with disadvantage.
That means
I don't know how to do that.
Disadvantage means you roll it twice and you use the worst result.
Okay.
Nope.
oh yeah, because they're based on sound.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so you can still do what you're going to do, just not quietly. or not without them noticing you.
Damn.
But there's no guarantee that them noticing you means they're going to come at you or even pay attention to you.
Okay, well,
At least you get in through the window.
I can turn myself invisible too.
You already used your action.
Yeah.
You'd be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Uh-oh.
Okay, so I use my female agility. And I have to not move in any turn to cover that back.
So what are you trying to do?
I'm sorry, what? I couldn't
Sorry.
sneak through the window quietly enough, so
I mean, are you still going in through the window, or are you not?
yeah, feline agility, get there, and then climb through the window. That's 2 actions, right?
Yeah. That'll, like, climbing through the window will use up your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, with the stealth check that you rolled, if you've ever seen a cat, like, at the edge of a counter where it's just kind of hanging on with its front legs and kicking its back legs against the side, trying to get up, but it can't because its legs can't get a grip, that's exactly what you did trying to get into the window. And up next is Dagger. And Dagger is also thinking about windows. Let's see. Yep, so he can get right outside this window. And this is going to be treated as cover, so it's going to add +2 to the AC for his shot with his bow, because that's what Dagger does.
Which one are you hitting?
I'm going to hit the one that's kind of to the right, the one that's just inside the door. And I matched its AC, so I do get to roll some damage. It is going to take 9 damage plus 1d6 from my swarm. Which brings it to 11. Okay, so next up is Tristan.
Woohoo!
And
Okay.
after that will be the little mage girl.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, where's my? All right, I guess I'm gonna do another bonus action to rage. Time
Okay.
I'm going with tails. That way I get my reaction.
Okay, how does the tail work again? You can look it up.
So if a creature you can see within 10 feet of you hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to swipe your tail and roll d8, applying a bonus to your AC equals the number rolled, potentially causing the attack to miss me.
Okay, does it need to hit you first? And it's a reaction and not an attack?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll roll that if you get hit. So you've
Correct.
activated your form of the tail.
I'm going to pierce it.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Thank you.
9.
Okay, but it didn't hit you, so you're not using your reaction to hit it.
No, but I'm attacking with it. My tail. Because I have to be in that form. attacking with my
there it
tail
is.
to pierce it. Yeah.
Okay, deals 1d8 plus 4 piercing damage on a hit and has the reach property. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I always read the reaction with the tail and not the attack. So you're good. I'm take it you're doing the one that you have in range.
Yeah.
That was 9 damage. Okay, your tail smacks against it and bits of chitin fly off of its exoskeleton. Does that end your move, or did you want to move or anything?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. The little mage girl is up, and Mistine, you're on deck. So the mage girl is going to, try to, smack it with some firebolt. And she's not a great mage. It's probably a good thing you didn't hire her. She puts her hands out in front of her. You see flames crackle and hiss, but nothing comes out. And she kind of goes in frustration. And she's going to move behind Tristan because she's scared of these things. So that is Mistine's turn.
Well, because I didn't beforehand and it didn't take that short rest, I'm stuck doing it now. Wait. No. That one. Doing the good old.
Okay, so you hit it. Which one are you aiming for?
All three?
How about the one with the purple outline? You see
Okay,
what
the
I'm saying?
one everyone else has been smacking on?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Okay, so you do 6 damage?
Yes.
Okay, lightning crackles around its body, and it kind of jiggles in place for a second as electricity flows through it. And then it turns to look at you. And you can just tell that it's not happy. And it reaches out to grab you with its claws. Whoops. And it reaches out to grab you with its claws. Does a 10 beat your armor class?
Oh, mine is 13.
Okay, so it does not. As it reaches out for you, it fails to reach out for you.
I feel a tickle on my leg.
Yeah, it swings its claws at you, and the tips of them brush against your clothing, and just can't make purchase on you. The next one is going to reach for Brand and try to grab you with its claws. And 20 beats your AC.
Of course.
Okay, it's a dirty 20, so it's not a crit. You take 11 slashing damage, and you are grappled. It reaches out with its claws, and they're able to grab onto that hard mithril chainmail, and it pulls you into it and just gives you a hug. And the third one is going to burrow into the ground. Okay, and Brand, you are up.
So I'm grappled by one, so I gotta break the grapple first. What do I gotta do to break the grapple?
Strength or dexterity?
That'd be a strength. No.
You're unable to break the grapple. It's got a pretty good grip on you, and the chainmail just seems to be caught up in its claws, and you can't wiggle out.
Alright.
No, you can still make an attack while you're grappled.
I can?
Wait, no, the breaking is the action. So you've
So
made an action. You can
yeah.
use a bonus action, but you can't move.
Yeah, so that ends my turn. I'll give myself 7 temporary hit points.
Okay. Dewey Claw, you are up next, and I am after you.
Yeah, boy. Let's say so. The one in the back went underground. Can I see where he is going?
You can't. There's a little bit of space between the floor and the ground, and when they burst through, they popped a hole in the wooden floor, and it just kind of bent over and started digging, and you can't tell where it went. It just quickly dug underground.
Okay. Um,
You can move and attack one of those guys.
Good, but there's one that's like listening and waiting. Can't see around the corner too well. I'm just gonna attack that one that dug in the ground. What's up? I move and use a stealth check. Is that 2 moves? Is that just 1?
Um, how does that count, Sin? Does it just count as movement? Can you move half speed at stealth during combat?
I think it's half speed.
Yeah. Give me a stealth check, and it'll half your speed, so you can only move 15 feet.
Totally fine.
Okay. So you're fairly stealthy, so go ahead and move your movement.
That's why I just want to sneak up on him without alarming the one that's in the ground. Pull out my flame blade.
Okay.
Hit the one that's damaged already. If I can smack it.
You kind of chopped up. Can you say that again?
The one that's everybody else has been hitting on.
Okay.
Using my flame blade.
Oh, I'm thinking of a rogue ability, Dag. Yeah, he can move his normal speed stealth. It's a rogue
Okay.
ability later on that if a rogue decides to move half their speed while stealth, they get a bonus or something.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember that real quick, and the search was not being friendly.
Yeah, I just grabbed the book and looked it up, and so we're good.
Okay, so that definitely hits. And you do have 2-weapon fighting, so you can swing your scimitar as well.
Oh yeah. Doing that as well.
All right, your flame blade just tears through that creature. You did 11 damage. So it is obviously in severe pain. It is screeching and flailing around. and partially on fire.
Susceptible to fire.
I'm waiting for the damage to come through for your scimitar. Oh, well, it didn't hit, so never
Yeah,
mind. Yeah, it's flailing around so much that your second attack just kind of whiffed.
Damn it.
Okay, and Dagger is up next. Dagger is going to he's going to do what Kenku Rangers do and shoot his longbow again. And again, this is being treated as cover because he's shooting through a window and past Mistine's head. So it adds 2 to the AC of the enemy, but I got a 26 to hit, which that'll do it. And it's going to do 10 damage. So Dewey, from the other side of the creature, you see an arrow just fly straight through the middle of this thing's head, and it drops dead.
Dewey Claw, you get 10 temporary HP.
Okay.
Okay, and Dagger can make some movement, but he is not going to. Tristan, you are up.
Dagger
Woohoo.
gets 8 temporary HP if he hasn't. They don't stack though, but he gets 8 if it's better than what he has.
Oh, it's not.
I think everybody's gone about now, so.
I'm gonna use
Not
my
78. Just damn it. Hit one button at a time, finger.
tail.
Tail? I'm gonna move
Tail.
this
Like
dead one.
tail.
Oh, your tail. Okay.
And natural 20.
Okay. Tell me how it looks. Well, roll some damage and tell me how it looks.
So I kind of get myself ready and swing my tail around and try to drag it right into its skull.
Okay, 7 damage. Okay, so your tail, it thunks against its hard chitinous armor on its head. You can tell it did some damage, and the thing reels back, but it did not pierce the skeleton. Next up is the little mage. She's
Tristan,
gonna.
you get 8 temporary health.
She is going to step up to the door. She is going to try to cast a spell at it.
Ooh, I can do this.
And she actually succeeds this time. So her firebolt, her hands are going to crackle with fire, and she's going to launch a bolt toward the remaining beast and do 9 damage to it. And up next is Mistine.
Did you say my name?
I did.
Okay, sorry, I was
We're messing with the computer, laptop, TV.
and it disconnected. Okay. Eldritch Blast again. Get back. I used my dice.
Okay, yeah, your Eldritch Blast hits it. It is crackling with electricity. Another 9. Okay, so it does a little seizure dance as electricity flows over its body. And anything else on your turn?
No, there's nowhere for me to back up to, so I'm
Okay.
stuck.
I mean, you could jump out the window, but it would take an attack of opportunity. But it's going to attack you anyway. It's going to reach out with its claws, and it is going to hit you. So you are grabbed by these claws, and it is pulling you close for a bite. It is going to do 11 slashing damage as its mandibles pinch down on your soft flesh.
Is that before or after Brand gave me temporary hit points?
Um,
Because he just
Before.
messaged.
It's after, because the temporary hit points comes in at the end of your turn.
yeah, at the end of your turn, you
Now,
get the temporary hit points, so these will help protect you. So,
Okay,
So you take 1 point of damage.
okay, that
But
works.
you got 10 temporary hit points.
and you're now grappled.
Did I take it? Yeah.
Okay, so the next one, from beneath Dagger, claws erupt from the ground, slashing and slicing at him. Quickly followed by the beast. However, he is able to quickly dodge to the side of the claws, and it does not attack, or its attack does not land.
Well, that's great.
Brand, you are up next.
Alright, the only thing I can do is I'm going to try and break the grapple again. So, strength rolls. Strength. Nope.
No, you are unable to break the grapple.
Alright, ends my turn.
Okay, Dewey, you're up next, followed by Dagger.
I am slashing again with my flame blade.
We'll see about that. You do. You slash it with your flame blade.
Yay.
Jeez. Okay, so that is... Alright, your flame blade cuts into it and continues cutting into it and continues cutting into it. Do you want to describe how it dies to your flame blade?
It's from the skull down, it slices through, setting everything on fire past it, and it splits right in half.
Okay,
Blaze.
yeah. You strike downward with your flame blade. The blade catches and cuts in, and as you drag it down, it instantly cauterizes the wound as it goes down. Eventually, the creature is split entirely in two, but there is no blood because the wound is burned closed on both sides, and it falls over dead in two different directions. Brand, you're no longer grappled. Miss Dean, I think you were grappled too, but anyone who is grappled by that one is no longer grappled.
I had broken free at the beginning.
Okay, that's right. You're stronger than Brand.
I could fall down for that.
Okay, so Dagger is currently tangling with one of them out there, so he is going to whip out his short swords. He is going to miss with the first swing.
You move.
He is going to hit with the second. Oh, did you want to move? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta get around to
Do some moves. Sorry, I was excited about how you killed that thing, so I just kind of went on with my day. But you got to finish.
Is this girl blocking the door, or can I just go right past her?
You can go right past her. She's small. Just push her over.
Yeah, you could go one more if you didn't go all the way past her. If you had gone 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, you can make it to here.
Yeah, if you had just gone straight down.
All right.
Okay. So that puts it in a flanked position. So I'm going to re-roll my first attack because it gives me advantage. So that one failed. And it failed again. But my second attack did hit, and it did 8 damage. Okay, and that will end my turn. which brings us to Tristan with the little mage girl next.
I'm gonna, knowing that the other thing's out there, I'm gonna run outside and kind of get next to Claw. And I'm gonna use my tail.
Okay, tail it
Try to
up.
pierce it. Doo-doo-doo. $21.
That will hit.
Piercing damage. 3 damage.
Okay, again, you feel your tail thwack into it, and it doesn't quite make it through the chitinous armor, but you still can tell that you did a good chunk of damage to it. Okay, so little mage girl is next. She sees everyone running down beside the building, so she's going to go over there, and she is going to... anyone want to guess what she's going to do?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
I win a cookie.
And
I was going to guess magic missile.
she doesn't have that. I mean, she's got a few things, but Firebolt seems to be the most effective for this. She does have some really useful stuff for other situations, though. So her hands again burst into flames. She points them forward, and flames actually shoot out of her hands this time, and they hit the creature for 1d10 of damage. And flames crackle over the outside of it. Whoops. And up next is Mistine, followed by the creature.
Can I lean out the window and hit it with Eldritch Blast?
You don't have to lean out the window. You're right at the window. You just
Okay.
Eldritch Blast out the window. It is going to be a +2 to its AC, because you're shooting through the window and daggers right there on the outside. So it's a little harder to hit.
Okay.
Leaning out won't make a difference in that. But you still hit.
Yay! Figured it'd be easier than going around outside like everyone else. That wasn't a good roll, but
That still does damage.
yeah.
Okay. It's the creature's turn, and it was already attacking Dagger, so it is going to continue doing that. It reaches out to grab him with its claws, and it's my AC. It meets my AC, so it is going to do some damage to me. It is going to do 11 slashing damage. And next up is Brand.
Alright. Is that the same creature that I put my hex on?
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
Dagger's kind of blocking the marker, but it is there.
I was making sure. So, I'm gonna run, jump to the window, and swing my hammer and try to hit him at the same time. Does that sound good?
It sounds like a acrobatics check.
Alright.
I mean, it sounds great, but it also sounds like an acrobatics check.
Okay. Nope.
You hit the edge of the window.
Please
Oh,
tell me
wow.
he didn't hit me.
Yeah, well, he saw you at the last second. Like, you were so stealthy earlier that he didn't realize you were actually still there. So he ran and he jumped, and he saw you, and his jump kind of veered, and he hit his shoulder on the edge of the window. So he doesn't quite make it out the window.
Yeah, well.
If you want to just kind of climb out, well, no. How would you roll that? Would you count that as your entire movement?
Well, that depends, because I'm just using my movement speed technically to go to the window, climb out the window, and then hit the creature. But I'm flavoring it RP-wise to make it sound like I ran, jump out the window, and hit the creature, instead of saying, yeah, I walk over here, step over the
Yeah, I
window,
know.
and then smack the creature.
Yeah, the flavor made
But
it
with the
be
athletics, that's
athletics
entirely
check.
up to you. I'd say
I'll
just
let
the
you
way
get
the
out the
skills
window.
work. I was gonna
I'll-
say the way skills work, I'd say let them get out the window. It's just that pretty much eats the turn because you trip and fall and you got to get yourself back up.
Yeah,
So
that sounds perfect.
Tired?
Okay, so next up is Dewey Glaw, followed by Dagger. Dewey, you can slice this one up too.
Yeah, you damn right. I'm right here next to it.
neat, it's working.
Nope.
That does not hit. So you can try with your scimitar.
Yeah. It's a little better.
That hits. And 7 damage.
Damn it, flame blade.
Yeah, your flame blade just kind of fizzled out for a second as you swung it. The wind's too strong or something.
Apparently.
Okay, so next up is Dagger, and he is going to give it the old 1-2 short swords. First attack is just going to completely whiff. Second attack is going to hit it. And he is going to do 4 damage. And this thing, whoops, is very damaged. Blood is oozing out of it. It is kind of twitching in pain. One of its limbs is kind of hanging loose where a sword had sliced into it. And Tristan, it is all on you.
Wing it. Do.
Yeah, 17 will hit it. Is this your great axe? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, 16 damage is a lot. That's more damage than it has health. So describe to me what happens.
Bring my wing it in and try to cleave its head clean off.
Okay, you bring your axe in for a wide, sweeping blow, and it is not looking quite at you. It's looking at Dagger, and your axe catches it just in the soft spot on the neck and pushes through. You feel very little resistance as its head is just cleanly removed by your swing, and it topples over dead. Its head flies 15 feet up into the air, then lands neatly upon its body.
Awesome. Put my axe on my shoulder. It's like, man, we got plenty of food to eat tonight.
Yeah, I don't know how they taste, but you can certainly try it. Okay, we are going to leave combat.
I'm gonna
So,
call for a short rest.
This house is clean.
Not yet. We don't know that yet.
Need a short rest. Before we do any other combat.
Well, shouldn't we go check the other room first?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna
Could
go
be
check
more
the
than
other room.
creatures.
yeah, did you want to try and do that stealthily, Tristan, or do you just want to run in there?
I'm just gonna walk in.
I kick the door
I'm
open.
not great with stealth.
Okay.
God.
Gonna
You
go.
could have waited.
So this is a bunk room for the cabin. You see, a couple of bunk beds. This is where like the overseers and the bosses slept.
Anything interesting I yell across the hall room?
Lots of bugs. Hold on, we'll get them. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make some stomping noises.
Yeah,
You
everyone's
guys, we can kind of maybe camp out and get some rest.
You can, if you'd like to take a short rest, you can relax and meditate and do whatever you need to
Flop
do.
up on one of the beds and just pass the hell out for a nap.
You can also look around to see if there's anything useful. You can, whatever you want to do, you just gotta roll some dice about it.
I want to take a short rest.
Okay.
I'll
So
have a short rest and clean up my armor.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'll
so-
short rest and then we can poke about.
All right, Dagger's going to stand guard while you guys short rest. You can, lounge about. You can meditate. You can pray to your Lord, whatever it takes for you to earn back that thing. But Dagger is going to be vigilant at this time.
Fuck. 3. Four. Me or is Brand's rolls not coming through?
I see him.
I mean, I've seen all the ones during the battle. I didn't see any after that, though.
Well, he just rolled twice, and instead of like how it says custom roll 1 for me, it's showing roll 1d8 plus 1 for him, and then 1d8 plus 1 colon.
Because he's probably using the dice below it, the chat roll. If you use that, not the sheet, that's how it looks.
Oh.
Yeah, I use that one because I can add the +1, +4, so I ain't gotta count up.
Ah, it does. Huh. I'm done resting. I want to poke about and see if there's anything of interest or shiny in here.
Okay. You'll want to roll an investigation.
Yes, I'd much rather roll investigation.
Okay. Is there anything specific that you're searching, or are you just kind of giving a look around?
Well, I'm not doing a cursory look. I'm like rooting to see like what's in here. That could be a value.
Okay. Well, you rolled a 21, so you can tell that this place has been ransacked before. There's signs of fighting because orcs came in. They kind of invaded the camp, and the people managed to fight them off. But they were able to get into this building. You can especially see that around the fireplace, there was a lot of activity.
Well, I'd like to go check out that fireplace to see if there's anything.
Okay, go investigate it.
Interesting.
Okay. Reaching into the fireplace, or up into the chimney a little bit, you pull out a tiny stick figure. It looks like it's been dipped in blood, and it's inscribed with little lightning bolt type symbols. And there's a few of them, and they're tied together with hair.
It's like a voodoo doll.
I know Brand's a cleric. That's main. Well, wait, I have religion. Give me a second.
Yeah, this would definitely be a religion check to identify it.
You said would not be?
It would be.
Okay. Let me try taking a peek through my memory. Never mind. Never mind. I called Dear Brand over. See if he knows anything about these.
Okay. If he wants to see if he can remember or know what it is, he can do a religion check.
All right, I'll do one with guidance. Nope.
You don't recognize it either.
Nothing I'm familiar with.
He's just. You're not good with religion, are you?
I'll try to see if I can make anything of it.
You might be some close to Druidism.
Dewey Claw knows what it is.
Apparently.
Well, you don't know exactly what it is, but you can tell that this little totem's purpose is to bring ill fortune to all who reside near it.
Ooh.
Does Dewey Claw know how to destroy this safely?
Yeah. You can just destroy it. It's yeah, the way that it's made, unmaking it in any way will end the will make it lose its purpose.
Okay. Whew. Sorry. Then in that case, do we all vote that this thing is probably safe to destroy and I should go ahead and do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tear it up
Yes.
with my hands.
Okay. You have torn it up with your hands.
And I put the remains in the fireplace to be burned later, if anyone ever lights a fire again.
Okay.
I could Eldritch blast it.
I mean, you could just light a fire. There's still some wood in there. It's a little warm from last night's fire, but it's not like burning embers or anything, but you could easily light a fire.
I don't have that ability. It's okay. As long as.
And there's a tinder box on top of the fireplace that you saw during your investigation.
Okay. Well, then I use the tinder box and light the remains on fire.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay, hold on.
All right, you hear some noise outside, a little bit of screeching. It sounds like the monsters that you were fighting before. And that's it.
Uh-oh. Dagger, do you
But
see
it's the
anything
sound.
else?
It's the same sound that they made when they were being stabbed and lightning bolted and set on fire.
Does Dagger see anything?
Oh, let me check. I'll make a perception check. Dagger sees that the door in front of him is closed. No, he doesn't see anything out the door. The screeches and stuff that you heard were kind of distant. And with a 17, you can tell that they were getting farther away.
That maybe destroying this was a good thing. Did y'all find anything interesting in the bunker room? Besides sleep?
Bran will set his giant comb aside and Look to Misty and says, "We ain't found shit." Actually, we didn't look. Did you look, Tristan?
No, the only people who did a perception check were me and Mistine.
I'll have Bran look around the room where him and Tristan took a nap.
Okay, so in the little bunk room.
That's where I'm
Yeah, a little
looking,
bunk
but
room.
I'm still tired.
Well, you did great on a perception check. So you hear Tibber kind of walking around on the roof, and saying, "They're gone! They're gone! I saw them move away! What did you do?" But you didn't investigate anything, so there's
Yeah,
that.
I'll investigate the room. He
You
sleeps already, trying to take hold, and I'm fighting against it.
you don't find anything of interest.
You're right.
Not in
Nope,
that room.
nothing in here.
Dewey Claw finds plenty of things of interest, but none of them are of value.
Did he find string?
He found a piece of string. It
It
was hanging off one of the blankets, and he's still going at it. Tibber carefully climbs down from the roof and comes inside to join you. And he says, "My God, there's so many of them dead. I don't know how many there were, but I could see them moving under the ground away from camp. What did you do?"
I tell him that I found this group of dolls that is supposed to bring bad omen to him that I destroyed.
Oh, the orcs must have left that when they attacked. No wonder these things were coming to camp so much.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be the end of your bug problem.
I hope so. These things killed so many people. He kicks the one that Dewey Claw cut in half. Killed all my workers.
Well, do you want us to go ahead and unload those supplies for you and hopefully you can get more workers?
Yeah, just go ahead and bring them into the house here. I guess I'll keep them safe inside and take one of the boats down to Neverwinter and hire some new help. Hopefully they don't ask what happened to the old help.
Just say they retired.
At least the damn things didn't leave any corpses other than their own. I'll have to clean those up too.
We have a dwarf that'll take care of us.
Yeah, we have the dwarf that y'all sent back for help to
Oh,
that needs a proper burial.
poor Thribon. We'll bury him up on the hill. He liked to sit up there and look at the river.
Is there anything else that you would need from us while we're here?
No, I don't think so. You can take this useless mage with you when you go. She's fired. Just didn't do anything to stop this.
She did help some.
She just starts crying.
I mean, she did help during the battle, and she was
She helped
brave and
us.
stuck with us.
Yeah, she fought along with us.
Oh, I don't need her
She was
anymore.
good help. That's all right. We'll take her under our wing. We'll make a real adventure out of her in no time.
She walks outside, still kind of crying, and sits down next to the bush to be sad.
You sure you don't need her even as like a bookkeeper? What do you call it?
Build camp.
I mean, if you really want to persuade him to keep her, you can start rolling some dice about it. But he does not have a use for her.
Okay. Then we might as well take her back. Maybe she'll find a better job. Pays more. Is more grateful.
What you doing out there, Brand?
I'm gonna talk to her.
The hell
Give her
is
some
that?
comfort.
About to ask what that was.
Sorry, there's a whole lot of noise from upstairs. Can you check on that real quick?
Yep.
Is it just the critter?
I have no idea. There was a lot of thumping, like something big got rolled across the floor.
Well, I meant that she doesn't have any friends over or anything.
No. I mean, it might have just been the cats chasing each other around, but didn't sound like anything good happening.
Well, it's cats. What would you expect?
Nothing good happening.
There's a kid accidentally dropped the control on the ground and rolled.
Okay.
Yes. He's a fat little kitty cat. Yes, you are.
All right, so Brand is out there comforting, what was her name?
Fire girl.
No, she does have a name. It's Donabella. Sorry, I didn't have the show name to players turned on, so you can now see her name if you put your mouse over her. So that is Donabella. She is a human spellcaster, mage.
Ooh.
Brand, did you want to say anything to her? Or are you just kind of patting her on the back and...
I'm gonna pat her back and, just gonna tell her, try not to take it too hard. We all have mishaps. You did everything you could do that was within your abilities. It was a surprise attack, and when that happens, things go south really quick in a battle. And you can't help that, and it's just, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. The main thing is you managed to think on your feet, and survive. So from this, you've already grown stronger and better than you were before. And then adventuring, this is just part of the risk you pay when you adventure. You'll gain friends and allies, and sometimes you'll lose them. You've lost 2 companions. That guy's lost all of his workers. I'm sure he feels pretty bad about that. But don't let it get you down.
She sniffles
This is
and
the risk we take for rewards.
she says, "It's just all catching up with me. I lost my friends. I lost my job, and if I come with you, I don't know if I'll be of any good. But I mean, I can try. I survived this. I can still try."
Well, that's up to you. If you want, you can come. It's like I said. These are just the risk we take in this type of work, and it, unfortunately enough, it does happen. So,
Okay.
but the fact that you managed to survive for as long as you did, and get to safety as quick as you did, shows that you have potential to continue improving and getting better, and that's a lot more than a lot of people have.
Okay. Well, I'll come back to town with you, and I'll help you along the way there, and we'll see what I need to do when I get back to Phandalin.
All right. And for now, take a few minutes, get some rest, get a breather in, and get you something to drink as you need. And with that, Brand will let her be for a few minutes and go back inside and check on everybody else.
Okay. So you've had a short rest. It appears that the trouble here is over, and the only person remaining is Tibber. You can help him bury the dwarf. You can deliver the goods to the cabin.
Haha, I got a shovel.
Where'd you get a shovel? What are you doing with a shovel?
I bought it a while back before we went off to the Cranberry. Because there was rumor about buried treasure, and I was like, okay, I gotta get a shovel. I can help him bury the dwarf now. Finally a use for it. Yay! I can mark that quest off.
So you can help bury the dwarf. Does anyone else want to unload anything or do anything else?
I'll move all the supplies inside.
Yeah, I help unload supplies, and I'm checking out the tents.
Okay, Dagger helps unload the supplies as well. Dewey, you're going to go check out the tents.
All right, help unload.
Okay, well, we'll just say the stuff is unloaded.
Okay.
I mean, it's 2 crates. It takes like 10 minutes. Let's see.
Yep, starting there. Peek inside, make sure I don't see anything of value or what have you.
I'm checking. Give me a minute. Yeah, give me some investigation check. And we'll just do an investigation check for the entire the campsite. So you'll just go tent to tent and check everything out, and then you can go over to the other one if you like.
All right.
Okay, so 14. You look into the tents. You can tell that these creatures had erupted under some of the tents, tearing everything up and likely dragging the occupants underneath. 3 of the 5 tents in that section have blood in them, as well as huge holes into the ground where pretty much everything in the tent was dragged in. There's no little chests or personal belongings that look to be of any value. There's some spare clothes, some linens, the remains of sleeping bags. One of them has a little barrel next to it, which was a drinking water barrel. But you don't find anything of value or interest in this area.
Any water in that barrel left?
Yeah. It's pretty full. They just fill it from the river.
I'm going to fill my canteen back up with water.
Okay.
And check around these tents now.
Okay, investigation.
A little better than the last one.
Okay, a little better than the last one, but the result is pretty much the same. You see the signs of struggle. You see blood splattered in several of the tents. These people were just massacred en masse by these creatures. There's very little of value and nothing really worth taking with you.
You?
Are you checking out that area?
Checking out every.
You go push the buttons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Average.
Okay. So that was an old cabin. It looks like it was torn down for the wood that it was built out of. The stone foundation is still mostly intact. But that's about all you see. The chimney is still standing.
See that?
And it looks like they occasionally have fires there. Looks to be a central gathering place that they've used since the cabin was torn down.
Right.
Okay, both of those, that and the one just north of it, are also old cabins that were torn down. The stone foundation is still in place, and the chimneys are still intact. It also looks like a place where workers would go to gather just to get away after work when they weren't feeling like sitting around in their tents. They would go up there and drink and hang out. But there's nothing of interest up there.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't do an investigation check, but
Nope.
I jumped the gun.
Yep. I also want to let you talk.
Yeah. But
I put
okay.
him on here.
Give me an investigation check.
Mhm.
There's a couple small boats tied up to the pier as well as a barge. The barge is partially loaded with wood that has been processed by this camp. So it's been stripped to the bark and it is ready to be turned into lumber somewhere down the river. Looking through the boats, you find some fishing rods and lures, a couple tackle boxes, and that's about it. You don't find anything of interest or value, unless you want to go fishing.
Yeah, fishing. I mean, I can take a rod and a tackle. Right.
Hi,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
with
you
you,
can
on
take
this
a
one.
you can take a fishing rod and tackle if you like.
Take a rod and a tackle.
Yeah, one of the camp's sources of food was fishing from the river.
Oh,
Well, there's nobody here now, so maybe one person.
You're gonna go fishing.
Not right now. Got things to do.
Gotta get old John Cena back to his.
Surprised the animal would touched.
Animals
Okay,
are smart. They don't want to hold still.
So Tibber has signed a document stating that you've delivered the goods. He's also written a letter to Harbin explaining what happened and what he plans to do. He does plan to make sure that the supplies are safe and travel downriver to hire new workers after he cleans up the evidence of what happened to the old workers.
Everybody.
And Donabella seems to have regained herself, and she's gone down to pet the horses.
Yeah. So we
Good.
buried the dwarf. We delivered the goods. We got the letter. I checked just about everywhere. Got myself a fishing rod and a tackle.
Okay, does anyone else have anything they want to do here?
No.
skin. Can I skin these beasts and cut them up? And since we gotta take the wagon, the bull back is maybe take some stuff back to sell.
Let me see. Give me a moment. While I'm doing that, you can make some survival check, or make a survival check. We'll see if you're able to do some skinning, and I'll see if I can find out what you get from them.
Ah, I forgot my knife in my other pants.
I have one you need to borrow.
You got messy. You are now just
That's
complete.
Never mind.
What?
I was saying, Tristan, that's the. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll let you fill in the blank.
You actually did have your knife, and you went to town on these things, but the more you tried to skin them, the more you realized that they had an exoskeleton, and you were just hacking off pieces, and your barbarian rage kicked in, and you just hacked the shit out of these things with a little knife, and covered yourself in blood.
What was the one whose head she cut off?
That was the one right outside the window.
I'm gonna go and get a fang from it.
Okay, give me a survival check to see if you're able to extract a fang.
I will use.
Well, they didn't
guidance
have
to
fangs;
help
they
you
had
with the process.
mandibles.
Oh, but no, like little teeth or nothing.
No small teeth. The mandibles are big. They're big enough to grab a person. They can cut small trees down.
Actually, let me try. Let me see if I can get. If I can.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a pretty cool trophy to have.
I was trying to get her a trophy, so let's see. You said survival.
You can also do nature or medicine to see if you can carefully extract
better
this.
with medicine, so I'll do that.
18.
And I'll use guidance still, just because. And guidance gives me a D4 to add to that, which may not be needed.
Okay, you are able to, after carefully examining the mouth area of this creature, just kind of pop it with a hammer, and both mandibles slide out.
All right,
Completely
I'll take the
undamaged.
mandibles. I will go and give them the Tristran. Say, here's you a trophy.
Awesome. Add it around my neck.
Make a necklace out of them, or you could make them into the hilts of daggers. I'm not. Whatever. I'll let you figure that out.
I'll wear them for now.
They're yours. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll create an item for your inventory, but it weighs about 15 pounds.
I'm good.
Oh.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah. I mean, this is a thick, hard, chitinous mandible. So, what, you have one and Brand has one?
No, I'm giving her both. You can take them both or do what she wants.
But each one weighs 15 pounds, so it's 30 pounds.
I only really needed one, so.
Chitin. So she can have one or both, depending on her taste.
Let her look at and decide.
All right, I can carry 270 pounds. And I'm only carrying 39 pounds currently.
It's some of my stuff, then.
I'm strong. Death by snoo snoo.
Oh, no, I'm carrying 7.
That Tristran's war cry, death by snoo snoo.
Yes.
I don't think no one knows what snoo snoo is, but there you go.
Looking for her. Well, looking for her.
Sorry, I'm typing up the item. If you guys want to do anything else, just let me know.
Get sure I got my fishing rod and lure.
Did anybody check out the camping tents and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dewey did.
Water. That was really about it.
Hope it was boiled water so you don't get dysentery.
It was water from the river.
I hope it was boiled so you don't get dysentery.
Don't he have the ability to purify water?
Yes, I do.
Aha.
Yeah, well, it's in their drinking water barrel, so it's... You can assume that it's safe, but he did just drink it.
I didn't drink any. I just filled my canteen.
Oh yeah, you filled your canteen with it.
I didn't drink anything.
Well, if you feel sick, feverish, dizzy, or weak, let me know. If it burns when you pee, just keep drinking more water. It'll pass.
Oh, he'll pass all right. I mean...
I shouldn't say burn. I should say if it feels like you're pissing needles, then you just keep drinking some water. But change that water.
So, are we done here, those guys?
Sounds like somebody's ready to pass out.
Yeah, it is 10 o'clock, so we can take a vote on stopping here.
I vote yay.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last thing we will do seems like everyone is done here. We will, pack everything up into the wagon, and we will set off back
Into the wild sunset.
into the forest. Um, we will travel for several hours. We've been at the camp for a while, so we're leaving a little bit after midday, so we can't quite make it to Falcons in the time left in the day. So we will camp in the woods at approximately halfway. So everyone can take a long rest and give yourself a level.
Oh, yay. Cool.
Okay, so when we come back next week, or possibly next week, we will be level 5.
Yay.
This is when the good stuff comes up. Hey Tristan, this is when you get extra attack, I think.
Yeah, level 5 is a pretty good power boost. So is level 4. You get the stat bonus or the feat.
Level 5 is where you really start getting a lot of your good combat abilities too, like for casters. They get like Fireball or Lightning Bolt.
Hit the red 3 squares. The bottom edit on website.
And I think Mistine now starts attacking with 2 Eldritch Blasts instead of 1.
Uh-oh.
You do?
Yeah, because your cantrip raises up by your level. I think it's level. You have to look at the spell; it'll tell you. But I think it's at level 5. You now, when you cast Eldritch Blast, you cast 2 of them. So that's 2 separate bolts. So basically, you attack twice with that one spell.
Awesome.
And then I think it's level 11, which you won't. That's way far off when you get the next one. But it's a pretty cool spell for that.
There you go. I posted Death by Snoo Snoo.
Oh. Sorry, I did not see when you messaged that I got 9 temporary HP.
Oh well, that was for Daggerclaw. It's gone now that he's resting.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't have the in-game chat up. I'm mostly using that monitor for